Howdy. Thanks for joining me by the fire today. I got a hot one. Literally a really hot topic to talk about. We're going to talk about Meltology. I just stumbled onto this term. It's basically the study of all the melted buildings from the ancient past that's been covered up. So, figured get the fire nice and hot for this one. History is a fable agreed upon. I wonder if you ever heard that one. I know that I've been lied to on an astronomical level, on like an everyday level. There are people putting suits on, getting in front of cameras, and just lying to mass amounts of people. And that's how they make their living, is by lying. Presidents, politicians, newscasters, artists, right? There's plenty of actors, musicians who are just paid to lie to you. So my proposition, my point is, if you're being lied to 24/7 right now, how could you trust anything about what people say about the past? It's a really simple observation. If you have a mind and you're able to use your senses to discover truth here, how could you trust the past when you're lied to right now? So we're going to dive deep into this one. And I'm going to do something a little different, after I kind of talk and ramble on about some things. I'm going to get in front of my computer, go through some pictures, kind of show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to get into a conspiracy talk today, and I'm going to bring some evidence. Don't trust me. Don't believe me. Look for yourself. Go visit these sites that I'm going to bring up. The evidence of what has happened here can't be brushed away easily, especially when there's melted buildings everywhere. It's just, God, as time goes on, the lies that have gone on here just get so goofy. It also makes me think of a wise saying that I heard during Thanksgiving from a wise woman, that tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. So it's a thing about tradition, we don't have to carry on peer pressure from dead people. We don't have to carry on ideas of civil wars and black versus white people and Christians versus Muslims and Jews versus everybody, it seems like. We don't have to carry on those stupid traditions of dead people. I just think it kind of aligns with this talk I'm having. I just go back to when I was a child. And I saw the world so differently than I do today. I trusted the people older than me. I trusted their senses. I trusted their scientific investigation of the world, because I had no option. I had no choice. I was basically forced to learn their language, learn what they believe. I became a Christian. I even joined a cult as a child. And just to look back and see that all of it was a big lie. It was a big superstition, manipulation to make me feel lesser than what I am, and to confuse me and to traumatize me and try to attach me to all sorts of stupid ideas and egotistical ideas like a country or like a football team, like I need to join a team or I don't matter. It's kind of what you're taught as a child. School is about destroying the child's ability to create something different and something new, so that they are dependent on slavery systems the rest of their lives, because during their time in school, their ability to create was destroyed. And they turned into a husk of what they could have been. And I just think it all ties in with this talk. The ability to go back to when you were a child and when you were taught everything. And to just revisit all of that and say, you know what? I think I'm going to teach myself something. I'm going to investigate everything new. I'm going to humble myself and not be arrogant. And I'm not going to stick my head in the sand and ignore the mountains of evidence coming out on the internet about what's been going on here. Just the overwhelming truth that is flooding human consciousness right now, if you're paying attention. I mean, I just feel like I'm in a tidal wave of truth all the time. Like I just stumble onto things that just teach me I don't know anything. And I study, I research, I look into, I just look into a lot more things than the average person looks into. And what it's taught me is that I don't know anything. So when I look at the average person who believes their authorities, you gotta realize, like, they know less than nothing. They're filled full of lies, and they can't see what's going on around them. They don't have the ability to change their mind or to see things differently. And that's why I'm the type of character I am, trying to take those hardened, stagnant minds that are just caught, crusted, and stuck. I'm trying to start the fire and free them. I just think humanity has been retarded. It's the simplest way to put it. I don't care if that word offends people, but it retarded explains humanity's situation for the past 300-400 years. Retarded explains our lives from when we were children to becoming adults. Okay? When you're a child, you're full of love, you're full of intelligence. You were just full of life, and you don't need to know anything. You're just going with it. And then as time goes on, you retard and you lose that ability. You lose your freedom to go and create and to live without some corrupt story, some corrupt infrastructure, a corrupt system trying to stop you and convincing you to join them in their stagnant deadness. Just enough's enough, everyone. We're not here to sit here and repeat the lies of the past so that a small group of people can manipulate everybody with their technologies. So I'm going to go off to my computer and we're going to go through some pictures. We're going to talk about Meltology. And I'm just going to show you pure evidence that there was some sort of cataclysm. We're going to go through all of the cities that burned in the 1800s. Like, all these cities burned, all the evidence burned of how there was a old world order where it looked like humanity was united, and we had all the highest technology, far, far more technology than we do today. We had structures that lasted thousands of years. We built out of marble and stone, and we built the pyramids, okay? Like, hello, anybody could look at the pyramids and realize, like, those people far more sophisticated than whoever's running the show right now. And then there's that crazy discovery of, like, a mile down below the pyramid, there are these columns and spirals and all sorts of stuff. They were able to 3D image. Some independent company was able to find some truth hidden underneath those pyramids. That's just a simple, like, that's your introduction to what's going on in history, looking at the pyramids and how they've lied about everything about the pyramids. People, they were whipping slaves, and the slaves were carrying these big blocks. Yeah, it's impossible. Just like the horse and buggy people building all these magnificent buildings in the United States and Europe, all across the world. It's a giant lie, and you've got to be really retarded to believe it. So let's take a trip into the past, see what we can uncover. Okay, so I'm at my computer now, and we're going to go through some pictures. So the first site that I want to talk about is Petra. It's located in the Middle East, in Jordan. So Petra is short for petrification. And you got to realize petrification is when something is melted at a high temperature and it changes properties entirely, you know. It's just like when I melt my wood. My wood turns into ash, okay? It's a chemical process when you melt stone, when you melt marble, you know, you melt buildings. when you see these pictures, it looks like somebody melted a building. Is what I'm trying to say, and the place is called Petra, and it's hilarious to me. It's a petrification, like it's in the name. This is a melted civilization that is somehow somehow they're explaining that these people like dug this stuff into the side of a mountain, when no, it looks like a cataclysmic event happened here. Real simple starter to investigate and look at, and just, you know, instead of just believing the official authority, maybe say, man, this looks like something different happened than what they're telling me. So next I want to just talk about all these fires that happened in the United States in the 1800s. Fire after fire in every major city. We'll just go through some pictures. We'll just talk about it, like, you know, what's up with all these fires everywhere? Is somebody trying to hide something? The St. Louis fire of 1849 was a devastating fire, destroying a significant part of St. Louis and many of the steamboats. What's a steamboat? That's my question. Like, why? So basically, it sounds like there was something going on with free energy and steamboats, and they all got destroyed. You have the San Francisco Fire, 1863. The Great Fire of Portland, Maine, 1866. And then there's the Great Chicago Fire. I'm sure that's like the big one everybody's heard of. Supposedly a cow tipped over a lantern and burned like a big part of the city. That's literally what their explanation is. The Great Chicago Fire was a conflagration that burned in the American city of Chicago. Yeah, Wikipedia is so retarded. During October 8th through the 10th, 1871. The fire killed approximately 300 people, destroying roughly 9 kilometers of the city, including 1,700 structures. Or 17,000. 17,000 structures were burned, and it left more than 100,000 residents homeless. Another like, that had to be intentional. It sounds like a military operation, like somebody bombed Baghdad and blew up half a city, right? That doesn't add up to me that, naturally, this fire spread and did all this. Nah. So now we're going to move to the present, because it seems like they're starting to use these directed energy weapons to melt cities again. So we have the Paradise fires in California. I think this is one of the first, or one of the most recent incidences of this happening. So here's some pictures, and you can kind of see how all of these homes were melted from like the inside out, and the trees are fine. So that there's not a wildfire. That's some sort of energy weapon, some sort of military operation. Very strange. Very strange. And then, of course, I have to talk about Lahaina in Maui. You know what happened in Hawaii? I remember it was on 8/8, on August 8th. They like to use weird dates to do these things. But Lahaina was, I mean, that's really one of the big things that got me to look into all this. Is like, holy cow, they're just gonna like burn down a city in front of everybody and tell them to stay put while they're burning it. That was like the crazy part, is like, as they're burning all these people in their homes, they're like, they had the police cordon off the streets and tell them all to sit there. And you can see all the melted cars for when the fire came through. They were all just sitting there trying to escape the fire, but their government had planned for them all to burn. It didn't work out that way. There was a lot of videos taken that day, a lot of drone footage the next day, which I'm showing you. That ain't no natural fire, everybody. This is some sort of high energy weapon used on the public. And guess what? They want to build a 15-minute city here. And then I think the final melting place I want to talk about is the Palisades in California. That just happened, right? I think that happened this year. It's just this stuff, it just nonstop happening. All these atrocities and these military operations on the public to burn their homes down, make them homeless. Maybe it's because they want their land or something. A lot of times it's like the people won't sell, they want to build something there. Like these stupid smart cities, these, slave cities they're planning to trap people in. But the Palisade fire was pretty insane to witness. I remember the video of one of the firefighters, because like all of their stuff wasn't working, right? They were trying to blame these fires on like incompetent government, and they planned for that to be the scapegoat, right? For like, they didn't plan for this. No. But there was some video of like a firefighter with his purse. It was like one of them tranny firefighters, like grabbing a purse full of water and running over, trying to put out the fire. Like, I'll find that video for you. It was too much. It's too much how retarded this all is. But with the Palisades fire, it looked like they used the smart meters. The electric company sent high electricity to these smart meters. The smart meters broke, set fire. the lithium batteries ignited, causing a 6,000 degree fire to spread throughout all their homes, through all the copper wiring. It's all just science. It's all just alchemy. It's how things work. You can't burn these buildings from the outside. Like, when you look at how these buildings were burned, they were melted from the inside. The evidence is overwhelming if you are able to think independently about this stuff. History is a fable agreed upon. I don't agree upon any of it. From my research and investigation, it's a big unknown what happened here. And it's a giant crime scene we're living through. And it seems like the perpetrators are constantly covering it up with more fires, more destruction, more distractions, and more wars and reasons to invade places and blow things up that are old, right? Like they invaded Iraq, blew up a bunch of old architecture, put their military bases in the center of ancient sites. I mean, it's all right there in the open if you're willing to investigate. So I'm going to put some links below to some people that do this for a living. They go out, they find old structures that have been melted. You can see the brick buildings that have melted into stone, it looks like. It's all around the world. It surrounds you. This is empirical evidence that cannot be denied. So that's why I'm bringing this up today. I talk about so many spiritual things that you have to go inside yourself and imagine. This one, you don't have to use your imagination. You are surrounded by the evidence. You just have to open your mind a little bit to an alternate history, which, in my opinion, the world would be at perfect peace if we were told the truth. You wouldn't have warfare. You wouldn't have all this stupidity going on unless there is some great deception going on between humans to keep them dumbed down like they are today. So, thought I'd hit you with a hot one today, talking about Meltology. Maybe melt that old crusted heart of yours. Get you to see you're living in a magical place. And they're trying to cover up the magic. And I don't think it's working. But check out the links below if you want to study this further. I mean, there are so many people covering this topic. And Howdy Mikowski, he's a good one to check out about all these ideas. So thanks for tuning in. I love you all. Enjoy.